Okay, meeting. Okay, it's live. All right, here we go. So again, I appreciate you for waiting. I know inconvenience can be an inconvenience no matter what, how it works, but we have to stay strong in what we convict to. So my point earlier was this. The whole reason for this call is to help you understand finances and help you to grow sooner than later. And like the point that I was making, driving, trying to start the call and what have you, was this. As you grow up, you want to have a full understanding of finances. You want to have a full understanding of savings, investing, um, putting money to work instead of you work for money. Now, my point is this. If 90% of your week is used up in work, 10% is left for you. And what does that mean? Me, as the subject of this statement and understanding, is this. I work 2 jobs, 6 days a week. The sixth day, which was this one, I carved out to share information. And then the job itself gets in the way of that. So if you're working 2 jobs, 6 days a week, and then the job steps in even on the sixth day or seventh day, actually, because this would have been the seventh day, to ask you to work, what time do you have for yourself? What time do you have to invest, to learn something new? You don't. And the point I'm making is this. When you understand finances early, like now for a lot of you, then you understand that it's supposed to be the other way around. Okay? If you have these things set up prior to becoming an adult and you're already set up to win, then you don't have to wait or all through your lifespan working 2 and 3 jobs or working 6 days a week just to pay a light bill, just to pay a mortgage bill, just to pay a car note, just to pay someone so that they enjoy their time. Someone else decided to have a company and put that company in a need for you. And then they sit back and wait. Okay, they sit back and wait for you to make that payment, make that payment, make that payment, right? We look at it as I'm making a car note. The car note people are looking at it as thanks, I'll take another margarita while I'm on vacation. Because 60,000 people are making a car note, right? 60,000 people are paying that one company, all different amounts of money, because all cars are different. It's the bank, it's the owner of the vehicle, the car dealership. All these places are products or things that people want and need. It's a service. We, on the other end, have to toil and work and continuously work to pay these payments. So think about that for a second. How do you get yourself out of that rat race? Because that's what that is. You ever seen the mouse on the little wheel? He's just running. He's running and doesn't know why he's running. It's something to do because he's bored out of his mind. But if you think about it, if you run on a wheel, do you get anywhere? If you notice, he just stays right at the bottom. He may go up a little bit, but he's always at the bottom because his little legs can't go faster than the wheel will turn. And that's the same with us. You can't outwork a bill. You have to turn the bill into working for you. I know that sounds confusing, but watch this. if you take the same time that you work one job or two jobs, most of those jobs are 8-hour jobs. Mine both are. So that's 16 hours a day. There's only 24 in one day. There's 16 hours in a day, every day, that you're putting out your time, putting out your physical self. And these two entities, per se jobs, say, okay, well, you're worth $10 an hour. That sounds like a good number. Yeah, you can have $10 an hour. But wait, I'm going to make sure to take taxes out of it. So you're actually working for 7 something. $3 is going to go towards some type of tax or deduction of some sort. So if you're working 16 hours a day, every day, you have no time for self. You have very little time for rest. And you absolutely don't have time to do anything fun. That's not the way it's supposed to be. So my idea for these calls and this information is to prepare you so that you don't wind up like me. This is not what it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be working two jobs, trying to make the lights stay on, so I can keep coming through the front door. It should be doing that for me. So because of how the system is set up, you are being programmed to work the system. If you notice, you go to school, you have to get up at a certain time, you have to do this toil stuff, learning mindless information because the stuff that they're teaching you is not what they should be teaching you. But that's another opinion. But anyway, they're sure not teaching this. They don't want you to be financially secure before you're 21. They want you to be in the mindset of get up, go to work for a little bit of change. So you can do it again and again and again. So let's understand finances early. This is not something, like I said, I don't know everything on earth, but I do read a lot. And I try to make sure I bring you proper information. Okay? So the one word last week, does anybody want to tackle that?
The word was due diligence. And my definition is looking at or into the specifics of a particular thing before choosing to get into it or purchase it, because it could really be anything. It could be um like looking into different apartments or products that you're purchasing from a store, which brand is better quality, which one can provide the effectiveness that you're looking for and stuff like that. So due diligence is just looking into something um strategically and determining which one is better for you personally.
Perfect. Thank you, Jaden. Awesome job.
Mr. Wu, should I go next?
Yes, please.
Okay. My definition of due diligence is responsible steps taken by a person in order to satisfy a legal requirement, especially in buying or selling something.
Okay. Perfect.
Mr. Lewis, can I go?
Yes, please.
Okay, so due diligence is investigating into something that you heard of to confirm if it's true or not. And it's basically making sure nobody is giving you a 6 for a 9.
Mm-hmm. Awesome job. Thank you. That it? Okay, ladies, thank you. All right. So as usual, I always come behind you guys just to give my opinion, my perception of these words, just so that you get a little bit more depth into it, but you guys did an awesome job. Okay, so never think that because I come right behind you and give another option to a word is that I'm not taking yours into consideration or accepting yours. Okay, so this is how we learn. And the more open you are to giving your presentation of something or an understanding of it, and then taking in from others. And this is what I tell the adults on our conference calls. When someone asks a question over here, that question may be the same question that someone has over here. But let's say that they're shy or they don't want to feel like they're going to be called dumb or think it's a dumb question. So they won't ask it. But because this person over here asked that question, both have the same question, but this one asked it, I give an understanding or an answer to it. Now this person has learned something, even though they didn't open their mouth. But see, I try to break that. That's what I'm doing with all of you. That's why I keep asking you to speak. I want you to speak. Use the vocal cord, use the vibration of your voice to put yourself in the universe. Okay? The only way that you exist in the universe is if you speak. You're not going to hear that from someone else. You're going to hear that from someone that uses vibration for many things, healing, communicating, for setting a manifestation in place. You have to speak. So due diligence goes a lot further than just investigating. But due diligence goes into, how does it make you feel? How do you feel about the information that you asked for? So let's say that you're going to go get that car, your first car, and you get there to the dealership, and you're sitting there. Mom and dad are talking to this person sitting on the other side of the desk. You're kind of just sitting there, hearing information. Now, when they say, okay, let's go out and take a look at the car. That's the way it's supposed to go, but most people look first and then they go sit down. Go look first, or go hear first. You want to get information. The only way you can do due diligence is you take the information given and then you check it out. So they say, oh, this is a great car. You'll like this car. It's your first car. You know, this, that, and the other. But you always heard me say, don't get a top grade car for your first car. Don't do it. You're going to be mad. Your parents are sure enough going to be mad because you're going to ding something, or somebody, you know, it's going to be a situation where the car is going to get a little tap on it. When you're first learning how to drive, that's normal. I know people hate to hear that or don't like to hear that, but it's normal. You're doing something, number one, that you have never done. You've played on the sand, you've went to gym, you played, you did that, you rode in cars, but controlling one is a different process. So the due diligence is listening to what they say about the car, and then you all walk out to the car and look at it, feel, you know, turn it on, push the horn, turn the lights on, does the signals work? This is all new to you when it's you involved. To properly do due diligence, take it all in. Don't get excited. Oh, I'm getting ready to get a car, and just blow everything out of your ears. I know that's going to be hard because it's, you know, it's a big event. But a prepared individual is going to say, nice car, let me think about it. Your parents are probably going to be like, huh? Think about it. We're getting ready to get this car. You need to think about it. Yes, I need to think about it. What do? Take in all the information that the guy said, your parents said, you looked at, and then you go to the internet. And please believe me when I tell you, I support YouTube 1000%. because it is actually, I won't say in an encyclopedia of life, but it has a lot of information in it. And what you want to do, because that salesman or salesperson is not going to give you the downside to that car. They're trying to sell it, so they're going to say all good stuff, right? Oh, it's a great car, and you're just, you're brand new to this whole thing concept, and you're like, okay, okay, okay. The parents say, oh, yeah, it's a good car, it's a good car. Okay, okay, we'll get it. Okay, that's what most people, but not you guys. Because see, I'm giving you something here. I'm giving you adult stuff that you're going to do now, or when you get to the point where you're a young adult. You're going to say, okay, great car. Let me think about it. Go home, put that car in the internet, put it on what are the known issues of this 1987 Nissan, whatever. Just put it in there and get some more information. That's due diligence. Getting the information here, getting information here, getting information here. And how does it make me feel? They said it was a great car because they're trying to sell it. The internet said it has known problems in the steering. Mom and dad want to satisfy you by getting you a car. Due diligence means get all the information you can about whatever it is. I'm just using a car for something to understand so you can kind of grasp this. And then you say, wait, let me check it out. And when you go back to the dealership, this is what you're going to do. You're going to shock everybody in the room. You're going to say, I like the car. What has been the service requirements on the steering? Has this car had any recalls on a steering issue? Now, a good salesperson is going to say, okay, you got me. Great job. Looks like you did your homework. You're going to hear stuff like that. But in reality, they have to respect what you just asked because they will know that you went and checked it out. That's due diligence. If they try to just brush that over, oh no, there's no problems with the steering, run. Because that is a crooked salesperson trying to make money at your expense. Here's what would happen if you went along with this crooked person. Oh yeah, no, it's a great car, great car. Just go ahead, you can get this car. It's your first car. All cars are going to have problems. They're going to give you any excuse for you to go ahead and buy it. You get the car. You're going to school, you're senior, whatever, and you have the option to drive to school now. No more school bus. That was what it was for me. No more school bus. You're driving, on your way to school, no problem. On your way home, you hear this noise. Clinkety clink, 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 clink. Boom. Front end steering issue. You're on the side of the road, scared to death because you never had a car break down. Now you got to call a tow truck. You're stuck. Mom and dad, all this. People are looking at me. But if you had a decent salesperson and they heard you ask a question that they know that car has an issue about, and they said, looks like you did your homework. Let's look at this car. Stick with that salesperson. Due diligence is how do you feel about whatever it is that you're checking out? Does the information that you're getting make you say, yeah, this is a good choice? And that's even on a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Same thing goes for those. You do due diligence on everything and everybody. How does it make you feel at the end of the day? That's when you've done due diligence properly. Let's move on. I've already burnt up 2 hours of your Saturday. So what I'm going to need from everybody is your address to your wallet. Next Saturday, we're going to do a deposit, send and receive. So this will be the first time, well, probably not the first time for some of you, but if for the most part, it'll be the first time for a lot of people that actually come to this call. You're going to see it live. Okay. A wallet doesn't require setting up. It's just get one and then knowing your send and receive address, two different things. And I'm going to go over those things next week because, like I said, I've already burnt an hour of your time and I want to be respectful of your weekend. So I want to pick a word that's going to give you a little insight on investing. Because investing, and that's what this is going to turn into. This is you putting money to work for you. It's not supposed to be the other way around. So those 16 hours that I'm putting in every day is actually pulling away from me, but not really putting anything back to me till the end of the week. I have to wait 7 days before I see all the effort that I put out. But it's there. But that effort should be happening every day for me by the money that I put to work. Remember the $3.50 that you're supposed to be putting away every week? That's what you're calling your savings account. That's what you are putting away for you to convert into a cryptocurrency. But I want to set all of your wallets up on a receiving and what have you, so you can see it go in there, so you can see the process of how it happens and how it works. And then you're going to do the same thing with those $3.50 that you should have been saving for now 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Those numbers are going to change drastically very shortly, not long from now. Those numbers are going to change because of what and where you will be placed, okay, and what is happening for your benefit. All right. So first we have to decide what crypto we're going to use. I'm going to do a little due diligence on one that makes sense for you to be able to use, see, and put to work for you. That's the whole purpose of this. You're going to put something away to start making it work for you. Now, not when you get 55, 56 years old. Oh, I better put something to work for me, or I worked at this one job for 30 years and, I'm going to retire soon and I'm going to get $1,100 a month. A month, not a week. It's no money. With what we are going through and where we are in this time, $1,100, $2,100 is nothing for a month. If you think about it, what does it cost for a month to live? If you have a grandparent, ask them, do you have enough money to live comfortably? You know what they're going to tell you? No. As soon as I get it, it's gone.
Exactly.
Okay? There's proof right there for you. So we're going to make sure that you guys do it better than we did. Better than we had the opportunity to do. So as you're working or putting these things to work for you, you're already starting to take care of your retirement right now. Now, I don't want you to think about it as retirement. I want you to think about it as not working 16 hours a day, every day. That is not what, I don't know what to call you guys, my little nieces and nephews are going to do. You're not going to do that. I want you to work, but I want you to work one thing. I'm not even going to call it a job because a job is just over broke. I want you to do something that you love to do, and then it's not work. Okay? There's a difference between working and enjoying what you do. Okay. And you can put that in works right now. So start thinking about what is it that you truly enjoy doing? What is it? I think MJ's is playing basketball, but I asked him to look at the entire thing of basketball, not just shooting the hoops. What does it cost for a team? How much insurance do you need to have on yourself and by the company while you're playing basketball? What does it cost to own a team? Okay? Those are the thoughts. That's due diligence in something that you love. So when he gets old enough to start shooting hoops, he has it all figured out. He can enjoy the game, but in the background, he's working on maybe therapy for older basketball players. He has a therapy company. Okay. He may set up things about learning how to shoot distance. He may learn how to focus the eyes, practicing, field of vision. He may do some lectures on how to use the thighs, how to jump. I think there's a tribe in Africa. I forget the name, but I've watched them. I'm sure if you put it in YouTube, you'll see it. They can stand still and almost jump, literally, just by bouncing off of the ground 20, 21 inches, standing still. He may look into that and do a lecture on that. That's being involved in what it is you love to do. Don't just look at the job of it. Look at the entire scope of basketball. And you become an asset while you're playing basketball. You may open up a clinic. You may open up a research center. You may have people doing different studies on different parts of the body to maximize the game. You may look at strategy, how to move the ball around so that the other team is completely confused effortlessly. But if you look into it now, you know all this stuff by the time you even start playing. This is what I'm saying, due diligence. You see how I said it's a lot deeper than just investigating? That's due diligence on life. Set yourself up now so that you have multiple streams of income, money working for you. You don't have to be at each one of these places working and toiling. You put it to work. You own it. You control it. Okay? But you don't work it. Find a need in whatever it is you do, whatever it is. If you're a baker like myself, then you should know about ovens, you should know about temperatures, yeast, different types of yeast, that kind of thing. Sugars, you get into it. I know this doesn't make much sense to you right now, but you will see when you start these practices, you will get deep into understanding how to make that money work for you. Because if you own it all, you control it all, you control it, you don't own it. Own nothing, control everything. Okay, that's a concept that works and has worked for the elites that are making us go work. They don't own those companies. You don't have to own it. You control it. Okay? Food for thought. All right, long enough. Any questions? My apologies for the interruption earlier, but that was out of my control. Any question? Okay.